Folks, the Akuma patch for Street Fighter 6 has a lot of people excited, myself included. I feel like the decision by Capcom to basically leave Street Fighter 6's balance alone for an entire year, I understand why they did that in terms of like competitive integrity, but I think for a lot of us, when there are so many games competing for our attention and, releasing new content and getting updates, I feel like a lot of people were maybe getting a little tired of the Street Fighter 6 meta over the course of the last year, with characters like Luke and Ken remaining in the top tier forever, and characters like Lily, Manon, and Zangief struggling in the low tier with no buffs to be found. So finally, with the release of Akuma, we will be getting a very large balance update, it seems like. So I wanted to talk about what are some of the things that I'm excited about in this update, and why I'm excited for the character Akuma as well, why I think he has the potential to really change Street Fighter 6 in a big way. And let's just answer the question, do I think that this upcoming patch is enough to reinvigorate people's interest in Street Fighter 6 to the level it was last year, or if it's maybe a little bit too little too late, and we're still going to be kind of frustrated with the current state of things. So let's talk about some of the changes that I found to be the most exciting. I'm not going to cover every single change because, first of all, we don't even have official patch notes yet, and there's a lot to go over. So I'm going to cover the ones that I think are, the most notable or the most interesting that make me want to play. Okay, so the first big change is going to be Wake Up Drive Reversal. By the way, shoutouts to Hi Fight. Hi Fight has long been one of the goats of collecting fighting game info, looking for the breadcrumbs and putting them together for us to look at here. So make sure to follow Hi Fight on Twitter if you want to see more stuff like this. But yeah, now you can do Drive Reversal raw on Wake Up without having to block anything. Of course, the way the game works right now, you can only drive reversal if you block an attack or parry an attack first, so that makes it a pretty limited move. Now you can do it just straight up while your character is waking up, and you can even hold the buttons down, so you don't even have to time it. You just hold it down and you'll get a drive reversal on Wake Up, which is fully invincible. So the characters that this helps the most, obviously the characters who don't have access to an invincible reversal otherwise, so like Zangief doesn't have an invincible reversal till he gets to level 2. A lot of other grapplers as well. Lily and Manon don't have it other than their level 1. Their level 1s are a little slow as well, so they're not that ideal to use. Dhalsim as well. Dhalsim has an invincible level 2, but you can see the problem with it is it kind of goes up at an angle, so a lot of times they can just go under your Wake Up level 2, which is less than ideal. So a lot of times Dhalsim needs to wait all the way until level 3 to have access to an invincible reversal, which is really bad. So now he will have Wake Up Drive Reversal to help him out, although it is worth noting out that Drive Reversal is not that strong of a move. So it's 20 frame startup, which is very, very slow. 20 frames is crazy compared to a normal invincible reversal like DP is like 6 frames. So yeah, 20 frames is really slow, which actually means that you can do fast moves and still be able to block the drive reversal afterwards. They are buffing the frame advantage on drive reversal. Currently, it is -8 on block, which is really bad. After this, it's going to be -6, which, of course, you can still punish with stuff like Ryu Crouching Medium Punch will punish. So it's still going to be punishable, but less so after the patch. But it still seems to be 20 frame startup. As far as we can tell from the footage, they haven't sped it up. So if you want an example of how this is going to work in game, JP level 3 is kind of a good example. It has 18 frames of startup, so it's actually even faster than drive reversal. And you can see it's really, really easy to put out a normal on JP as he's waking up and still be able to block the level 3 after. And drive reversal is probably going to be the same. You can put out a normal, and if the opponent wakes up with drive reversal, you'll still be able to block and punish the drive reversal. So it is going to be very risky. But I think maybe the biggest advantage to this is going to be for throw loops. So throw loops actually have more than 20 frames of recovery. So it's going to be impossible to go for a throw and the opponent wakes up with drive reversal, and you'll be able to block the drive reversal. You understand what I'm saying? If you try to throw loop the opponent, they guess correctly, they drive reversal, they're going to get out of the throw loop. So I think overall this is a good change for characters who lack reversals, for characters who struggle defending themselves against throw loops, which are one of the most detested strategies in Street Fighter 6. I think overall this is going to help you deal with it, but it definitely still has a lot of disadvantages as well. Okay, so let's talk about character-specific changes. So far, it seems like perhaps the most nerfed character might be Luke, just based on what we've seen already. So first of all, they've nerfed some of his combo routes. So he used to be able able to get this on punish counter, which was really crazy. This allowed Luke to be one of the highest damage characters in the game. Like that, I mean, look, we can do all that if we block like a DP or a super or something. So yeah, this is now removed, which is going to limit his punish damage capabilities. They also appear to have nerfed his down heavy punch. So this is pretty similar to a nerf that JP already got, where before his down heavy punch would just anti-air everything in the game perfectly. But now it is going to be a lot more difficult, and you're more likely to get counter hit by your opponent's attack. I mean, like, I'm trying to show myself getting counter hit here, but it's just too hard. Like, this move is just way too good right now. So yeah, his anti-air is going to be a little bit weaker. But now let's talk about some buffed characters. I alluded to the grapplers maybe being low tier, so they got some pretty good buffs, it seems like. First of all, Lily, she has some new combo routes. She can now do medium kick into EX wind charge, which is going to enable new combos like this, which did not work before. It's a nice ender for her that's going to leave her with a wind stock and a knockdown. They also have buffed her level 1, so right now her level 1 has 13 frames of startup. It's very slow, which means that it's very easy to safe meaty, similar to what I showed with Drive Rush. You can see if the opponent, you know, knocks you down and then does like a jab as you're waking up, and you try to reversal out with Wake Up Super, but the opponent is just able to block. So yeah, she's really easy to pressure on knockdown until she gets level 2, so that's a nice buff for her. Another grappler, Zangief, got some really good buffs here. So Zangief had this move, which was honestly pretty useless before. You could see the third stomp doesn't even combo, so yeah, that was pretty bad before. But they're actually adding the ability to cancel this second stomp, so you'll be able to combo 2 stomps into like Lariat if you want. That's going to be really good. Or even 2 stomps into level 2 super if you really want to. So yeah, new combo possibilities and actually upgrading a move that, as far as I know, was like basically never used before. They're also buffing his down heavy punch, which was also a move that was like never used. So you know, currently if you counter hit anti-air with this, you get like just a down forward medium punch, and it's pretty hard to do. Like, it kind of relies on hitting them at the appropriate height in their jump as well. And then if this hit grounded opponents, I don't think it was possible to combo at all. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure on punish counter this doesn't get you anything on hit right now, but they are changing this, so actually the opponent will ground bounce when they hit the ground, so there might be potential for like Drive Rush, down forward medium punch, or some kind of crazy combo after that, maybe like this as well, to land if this move punish counters. So that could be a buff to his anti-air and a buff to his punish game, like if you block a DP or have some kind of right read on like a throw or something like that. Yeah, so that seems pretty good as well. So I'm happy with what they're giving to Zangief. And then the third grappler here, Manon, she potentially got the best buffs out of all of them here. So one big one is now she has a combo route back heavy punch into EX Grand Fete. And to me, I think this is a much bigger buff than it might look at first, because one of the issues that Manon has is, yeah, she's really crazy once she gets her medal count up. You know, once she gets to 5 medals, her throws start doing just insane damage. But the issue with this is you kind of have to make some hard reads and take some risks to even get medals. But this should open up some pretty accessible combo routes for her. Like, you'll be able to do this and get a medal that way. And she has all these combo routes like Drive Rush down medium punch into back heavy punch, actually combos. So you can do combo routes like this, and that will full combo after this patch. So she'll have a big damage combo possibility with Drive Rush, and it's going to help her get medals more easily. Plus, they're actually buffing what the medals do. So you can see that this move will do 2100 with max medals, but with only 1 medal, it does 1500. Her command grab with only 1 medal does 2000. And then with max medals, her command grab does 3700. Absolutely insane. But those are the only moves that it affects. But now, her level 3 and her critical art will actually be buffed by her medals. So you can see currently this is gonna do with 1 medal 4,000, and with max medals still 4,000. So this is actually getting buffed. So here's a screenshot from DengekiOnline.com. Shout outs to them. They posted some articles with a lot of changes. This is where I found a lot of these. So yeah, you can see it will do more damage now. So I like that change. It might not be the most impactful because how often do you actually land level 3, but it's a really cool change, and it might open up some 2-touch kills or something for the character. And overall, I think the combo route changes are really big as well. So Manon, she might not be top tier after the patch, but I think she'll be a lot better. Plus, she has access to a non-super reversal now, thanks to the drive rush or drive reversal change. So yeah, really gonna like Manon after the patch, I think. But finally, let's talk about a character who got maybe some surprising nerfs. You might be surprised to learn that Honda actually got some pretty brutal nerfs in this upcoming patch. He got some buffs as well. But let's talk about the nerfs first. So the first one is now if you headbutt under the opponent, you will not go sailing past them. So yeah, the way it works currently is if Honda headbutts you and you try to jump over it, neutral jump, Honda just kind of goes back to neutral. Nothing bad happens to him. But now, here's going to be like a screenshot comparison. You can see that Honda kind of stops his headbutt much closer to you, which is going to be bad for him. It means that neutral jump will potentially be a counter or at least a much better way of dealing with headbutt, which currently the only real way to deal with headbutt is perfect parry right now. So it's a pretty tough move to deal with unless you're at the level where you can consistently perfect parry. And then the other big Honda nerf that everyone's talking about is now his butt slam attack is going to leave you much further from the opponent. I don't know if you guys have ever fought Hondas online, but this is a really common strat. You just kind of put them in the infinite here, where you just keep doing this forever, and you know you're plus on all this, so they can't actually interrupt this jab here unless they use an invincible reversal. So really, again, it's like perfect parry, or if you're really goated with the anti-air, you could try to use that, but it's really hard. I think perfect parry is, again, probably the best solution to this strat. But now it's going to leave him so far back that the jab will not reach. So they did buff the butt slam as well. Now it's going to cause a hard knockdown. So that's pretty good. You'll have better opportunity for, you know, maybe a command throw mix-up or something afterwards. And I believe they also buffed the forward movement of his standing medium punch, so this should be a much better footsie's normal now. One other buff that he got is you can cancel this stomp part of his target combo into the sumo spirit buff, which I know sounds really weird. It's like, why would you want to do this? But I think the intended use is you can do a combo route like this, cancel into sumo spirit, and since it's a hard knockdown, they're going to wake up directly in front of you and be forced to take either a throw or a hit mix-up, and then obviously off the strike mix-up, you're powered up, so you have a lot of potential to do major damage. Also, something I saw from Rooflemonger, shoutouts to Rooflemonger, he found a lot of changes for Honda. Apparently, you can cancel crouching medium kick into 100 hands if you have sumo buff now, which is just really crazy. Like currently this move is just completely uncancelable. There's just even with the buff on, there's absolutely nothing you can cancel off this move. So yeah, that seems like a pretty big change. So yeah, all this combined, it seems like maybe Honda's gonna break even between the nerfs and the buffs, or maybe he'll be slightly buffed, but I think overall, I do agree with these changes. I know people hate when a low-tier character gets nerfed, but I think the overall health of the game is important, and I think the way that Honda was before was really unhealthy for the game. Like, he's just unbeatable for beginners. You can get to, like, diamond rank literally by just doing this. Like, just do this over and over, and I promise you will get to diamond rank doing this because it's too hard for beginners to deal with. So yeah, I think that being gone is probably good, and as well as headbutt, being able to deal with headbutt like without having to perfect parry. I don't think it's great if the answer to, you know, how do you deal with this move? The answer is hit a 2-frame timing perfect parry. I don't think that's going to be very helpful for people who are newer to the game who are not going to be able to hit that yet. So yeah, overall, I'm glad they're nerfing these aspects of Honda, and I'm glad they're giving him really cool stuff to make up for it, because isn't it more fun to have like these new routes and like to utilize the buff mechanic more instead of just spamming 2 moves over and over? Like, I would rather Honda be like this. So yeah, really happy with the Honda changes. And of course, the final big thing that's coming in this patch is Akuma, and I think Akuma has the potential to really shift the meta of SF6, because honestly, he seems insane, right? Like, everything we've seen of the character, he looks absolutely broken. He has like the best walk speed, some of the best normals, best combo routes, tons of damage. His only real downside is he has 900 health. And if you guys don't know, everyone in the game has 1,000 health except for 3 characters. Honda and Marisa have 1050 and Zangief has 1100. So he will be the lowest by 100 points, by 10%, and he'll be the only character with low health. So he will die really fast. as always, but I still don't know if that's going to be enough to keep him out of top tier because he seems insane. But I'm not going to go through all the Akuma stuff that they showed. There's like a character guide video now. I'll link that in the description if you want to watch it. But a lot of people have already talked about it, so I just want to talk about one thing that they've shown with Akuma that I think is really cool. And that is Drive Rush Demon. I think a lot of people were curious about this. They took out Kara Demon. That was confirmed, but you can do Drive Rush Demon to kind of get a Kara Demon for only one stock. So I think a lot of people were wondering if this was going to work or if you would just get like a jab out of your Drive Rush, but apparently it does work. And something I saw from Madic on Twitter here is you can actually practice this right now if you have Street Fighter 4. It's the exact same input essentially as doing focus attack into dash into demon. It might be easier in 6, but yeah. It's basically the same principle. The dash eats the input so that you don't get, the jab when you're trying to do demon. So if you guys are newer and you don't understand what I'm talking about, Raging Demon is an instant grab. So even if the opponent's blocking, they will get hit by the demon. And even if you see this coming and you go, okay, the screen froze, he's doing demon time to jump, it's instant. So you can't jump out. So you will get hit by the demon no matter what, if you're not already jumping or already doing an invincible move to get out. So of course, to balance this, the input for Raging Demon is really complicated. Jab, jab, forward, light kick, heavy punch, and you have to do it really fast. So yeah, that means that you can't really just do it whenever you want. Like I can't just walk up to the opponent and Raging Demon them, because now, they're going to be able to jump out because they're in hit stun. So yeah, it's not going to work. So a trick that we have used for a long time to do this is called Kara Demon. We actually cancel the startup of his forward medium punch because it has very long startup. We cancel the startup into Raging Demon, and that gives us an unjumpable demon. So it's going to take a few tries for me to get this. Let's try. See, that didn't work because she got hit by the medium punch. So we got to be faster. There it is. There it is. So you can see before the medium punch even becomes active, we cancel into demon, and that is truly unjumpable. You see, she cannot jump. So anyway, that's gone now in Street Fighter 6. You cannot Kara cancel this move into Raging Demon, so instead, you're going to have to do this. Oh my god, could I do it? Oh, we did it, we did it. You can probably do it faster. I think I was even a little bit slow there, but yeah. Oh, okay, that felt pretty good. I think that might have been like right as the recovery of dash ended. But yeah, it's tricky. So anyway, if you want to practice for SF6, it might be easier in Street Fighter 6, but yeah, that's the idea of doing Dash Demon, and Drive Rush Demon will work the same way. So yeah, that's really cool. Really excited for that. Really excited for Akuma. And that's about all I have to say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you're excited for the patch down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.